So today we have our special guest. Her name is Hannah.
Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. To finish off prep, we're going to dehydrate with peace. And this is part of the 3-step.
Yeah, we have a peace, love, and harmony, and everything is numbered out. So peace is our pH bonder to dehydrate the nail bed, to take off all the excess oils and the waters.
So I usually double dehydrate every set. Every set that I do, I double dehydrate. It's just personal preference. You don't have to.
When you do whole set, are you gonna do dehydrate 10 finger first or?
So when I'm working on acrylic, I prime as I go. So on the first 5, I will prime, and then I will apply those 5. And then the next 5, prime, apply those 5.
So it's same as for the bonder?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I don't like to let it sit there so long because it does wear off.
Yeah.
And oils do start producing under the bed.
I do the same thing. Sometimes people have like oily or sweaty hands. Then I do dehydration and a primer each finger.
Each finger, right?
Yeah, like when you have like a repeated client, some people have more lifting programs. You know, like you have to do for those people. But typically, I do same as Hannah, like 5 finger first, and then like when I'm done with half hand, like I'm gonna go dehydrator and then primer and then application.
Yes. Okay, so now that we've double dehydrated and double primed, we're ready for application. So I think I'm gonna do our French first.
Okay. So what kind of shape French are you going to do today?
So I'm doing just a very deep smile line with our French. And I'm going to start off by using the Divinity Pro Sculpting size 8.
Do you prefer using size 8?
I actually prefer using a size 10 when I'm doing full sets, but since I'm going to shape out the smile line, I'm going to use a smaller brush.
I see. Makes sense.
So let me fill up my monomer.
So she's going to use a structure monomer,
Yes.
which is for sculpting and a tip overlay.
I know that I didn't learn this until like late.
Yeah.
Late last year.
This is my favorite tips.
So this is the best way to pour monomer to make sure you don't waste any.
Maybe,
Everything goes onto the brush.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So she's using the brushes and then the bottle against the brush. So the liquid is go through the brush hairs, so it doesn't spills everywhere. So she's using pinky against the container, so she has enough support.
Yes, and then once you see that all of the excess powder has gotten the liquid, I'm going to set it right here on the edge, right next to the free edge where I glued the tip. And then pat it down to make sure it's all one.
So she's using a reverse French technique that she makes the pink part first. But all the application is same. You want to secure the stress point first.
So right here, I like more of that pointy look on the French. Just because I feel like it's a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
It visibly makes our nails skinnier.
Yes. So pick up another one. And if you feel like your bead's too wet, don't be afraid to pat again, pick up a little bit more, just so that the whole bead doesn't go to waste. Just pat that in. And with reverse French, I like to work my way back I use this with some different methods too, like ombre. Sometimes if the nail is too long, I don't like to start all the way at the back. I'll start in the middle. I'll start at my blend. But for this look, I'm starting right here in the back. In the middle, sorry. And working my way back.
Do you do French, acrylic French in your salon?
Yes,
A lot?
Yes, that's actually my favorite look.
So your favorite look is French and ombre?
Yes.
That's good. Because maybe clients doesn't know, but French and the ombre in acrylic is the hardest technique actually.
Yeah, it's a technique that you have to work on. I'm still working on my technique, but it's my favorite look.
Yep. You need to practice a lot.
Yeah.
But that shows how Hannah is passionate about nails.
Yeah, I'm constantly trying to improve myself.
Yes. Learning is the key.
Yes, it is.
And always change. What's the best in 2 years ago wasn't the best today.
Exactly. And then what's popular right now probably will be more futuristic in the next couple years.
Yes. Miranda Murillo said Hannah's work is always so good.
Thank you.
Do you know her?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Is that your friend?
Yeah, she's actually one of my clients.
Oh, that's cool, your client. So, yeah, a couple of your clients may be watching because, yeah, that is really cool.
So this.
Melanie Nicole said, my clients always want ombre with weird colors that don't ombre well. Did this ever happen to you, Hannah?
Yes, it has. I find that darker colors don't ombre very well. But, I mean, there's a way to do everything. So.
So you try to do it, work with their color combination?
I will try. If not, we will try a different combo. Just show them, like, if they don't like the way it looks. But usually the client wants what they want. So I will do it for them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So with this French look, I like to try making it as thick as possible right here. Right here. Just to make sure that...
Smile line part?
Yes. So just to make sure that my white and the smile line meet. Meet well. So I think I'm going to add just a little bit more.
Really good.
Thank you.
Do you change the height of the high point depending on client's nail shape, or?
Yes. And so depending on the length.
I see.
Yeah. So if it's longer, it will come out a little bit further. But usually it stays around within like the same 2 centimeters. 3 centimeters.
Yeah. Because a lot of people actually probably have the question like where the high point's supposed to go.
Yeah. So I feel like the high point should be around the free edge. Well, depending on the length of the nail. But when you're doing like a medium to long, the high point should usually be around the free edge. And
maybe a little higher.
Yes. And it's okay if when you're doing like a French like acrylic design, if the high point's not where it's supposed to be, because you can always go back, put some clear on top just to make sure that the foundation is strong, and make sure your set lasts and doesn't break.
I see.
So for this one, I'm going to leave it the way it is, because we will go back and file it just to define the smile line. Then I'm gonna do my ombre and then go back with my white after I'm done filing.
Do you ask a client what kind of like smile line that they like, or?
Yeah, I actually do. I ask them if they want like the more dramatic look or the more straight look, just because I know that a lot of people, when they ask for French, they have like the old image in their head where it's just like a straight line. But the more modernized look is very much like it's
deeper
a deeper smile line.
Sure.
But mostly the preferred is the deep smile line now. Okay, so now I'm going to apply my white. So
So now she's using KUPA's Divinity White powder, which is really clear, really white. So some people like to use like off-white, but like KUPA's white is like super white.
Yes, like pure white.
Yep, I like it that way.
For the French, I prefer more of the pure white, I think.
Yeah, me too. Some people ask me like when we use like white acrylics, like it gets like yellowish, but it used to make it because of the UV top coat that we used to use. But now that the top coat and every quality is better, like it doesn't really get like yellowy.
Yeah.
After a while.
I have clients who say I never get white because it turns yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like kind of like the image of white color.
Yeah, but
from 10 years ago maybe.
Yeah, but the top coat really helps it stay white, pure white.
So now you're getting to more deeper smile line.
Yes. And then whatever you have left over right here, you can always drag down. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't look perfect right now. This is always going to be like a trust the process kind of look.
Yeah. Some people are like, is it look okay?
Yeah.
But like you can always tell them like, trust me.
Yeah, you're like,
it looks good.
Wait till we're done. Wait till we're done.
One of the job of manicurists is like calm them down.
Yeah.
And tell them like it's gonna look good.
Yeah. Alright. What I did that side, I'm gonna add on to this side. How long do you think normally, if you do this for 10 finger, like how long do you think you take? Me, I feel like it would take me about maybe 2.5 hours. Yeah, just because it's a little bit of a more intricate design, just because you have to go out and carve out every single smile line. But yeah, maybe about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's about the right time. I'm pretty sure clients prefer the perfect job than like quickly done French.
Yeah. You'll find out that a lot of clients just prefer that you take your time. As long as they look good at the end, they're not gonna care how long it took.
Yeah. When acrylics application properly done, like it'll last like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Depending on how fast your nail's gonna grow. So I always ask them like, do you prefer you go to nail salon like every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Twice a month or once a month, and then it looks perfect for 4 weeks.
That's what I tell my clients. I'm like, it's a little bit more time, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Like when you think about it, if you go twice, like you will lose maybe 4 hours. But if you go once and then it looks perfect for a month, like it's only 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But it also like depending on like their schedule, like, but I find out like nowadays everyone's really busy.
Yeah. All right, so I think I'm content with the way it looks. because I can see a picture.
Okay.
I can see that if I file, I'm going to get what I want.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna put away my acrylic stuff.
And here we have KUPA's acrylic, like a brush case. It can be like folded on the table, or you can store all the brushes or tools like this, and it has a zipper. So I always like to show everybody because I literally have like 2 of them on my desk all the time.
So I'm gonna put all away except for the clear, just in case.
Okay.
Because I know that sometimes you make mistakes and you don't put enough, but there's always ways to solve those problems. So I'm gonna leave clear just in case we need to add strength to any of them. When you're buffing, if you see any imperfections, you can just go back in and fix it. I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite tools that KUPA makes.
Yay! This is Hannah's favorite product. I actually really like this product too. Like, there's a couple of my favorite tools, but this is one of them.
It's really hard to find something like this, something that has the buffer and then the file.
Yeah.
So I'm just going in, buffing both, getting ready for top coat.
Do you have any tips like how you buff them?
So when I buff, I like to make sure that my sides right here aren't squared, just because I prefer that look. It's personal preference. I like to buff down usually on both sides.
So you mean like there is no like line?
Yeah, no line on the sides, just to make sure it's smooth and it makes like a smooth slope down.
I like the way you buff because you're doing like single way.
Yes.
It's not like sometimes like when we do like both way randomly, we scratches in a different way.
Yes,
and then you kind of keep losing a track of where you buff.
Yeah, I agree.
So I can see like Hannah has really steady hand and then good rhythm of filing and buffing. So she's gonna use a KUPA no wipe shiny top coat.
Yes, so I'm gonna start by doing this motion around here by the cuticle, just to make sure I don't get it in the cuticle, because that can also affect how long they last.
So you're using the gravity again to tilting the finger forward towards your way.
Yes, because it's much easier to wipe off the free edge right here than it is to wipe in the cuticle.
Yes. When you do whole set, do you top coat it like 5 finger first?
Yes. Okay. Depending on how long the nails are. Just because I know that when it's sitting for so long, it'll fly one way, drip one way. So I like to go based off of that. But yeah, most of the time when it's like a medium set like this, I will do 4 fingers, and then I always do my thumb separate, just to make sure that the gel on both sides, the light is evenly distributed on the thumb.
I see. I use literally this cuticle oil and then like take a picture of the nails afterwards. So now it's done.
On Instagram, I am Nails by Hannah J, and then on Facebook, I'm Nails by Hannah J. They're both connected.
Yep. So don't forget to follow her. Thank you guys. See you next week. Bye.